चाहिए। अगर उसमें से कुछ भी चीज आपको लगता है कि ये तो मेरी पर्सनैलिटी से मिलती है या मेरी पर्सनैलिटी को इसी तरह की चीज की जरूरत थी, मैं समझता हूँ कि आज प्रोफेसर गुप्ता जी के द्वारा जो लेक्चर दिया जाएगा वो हमारे लिए, हमारे कॉलेज के लिए, विद्यार्थियों के लिए बहुत गर्व की बात है, हमारे लिए बहुत चुकी है, हम उससे कुछ फायदा उठा पाएंगे। मैं अपनी ओर से, डीबीटी सेल की ओर से, पूरे कॉलेज की ओर से, प्रबंध तंत्र की ओर से प्रोफेसर गुप्ता का हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं और मैं ये अपेक्षा करूंगा कि प्रोफेसर गुप्ता जी हमें इसी प्रकार से अपना आशीर्वाद और अपना सहयोग हमें देते रहें। एक बार पुनः आप सबका बहुत बहुत स्वागत, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू वेरी मच। ओवर टू जूही।
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
हाँ हाँ,
should I share my screen?
No, sir. Not
Okay.
now. Sir, जो PPT
जूही मैं आउट हो जाऊं?
नहीं सर, अभी रुकिए आप।
अच्छा अच्छा, अब मैं बताऊं सर, इस समय मैं रास्ते में ड्राइविंग कर रहा था, इस वजह से रास्ते में साइड में गाड़ी खड़ी,
that is what
गाड़ी
I was
खड़ी करके
telling, the dedication, your
no,
dedication,
not the dedication. This is not the dedication. This is my impunctuality because I should be in the college office.
It's not impunctuality, making it possible.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So nice of you, sir.
So nice. Thank you. Dr. Juhi, I can start sharing and from there you can take on. Unmute. डॉक्टर जूही अनम्यूट कर लीजिए।
Sir, again, I am welcoming here for the lecture on practicing resilience to overcome examophobia due to COVID-19. But before starting, before over to you this topic, I would like to brief some details about you here. As you have mentioned so many qualifications on this slide, Sir is known, sir presently is a director of KSG Center for Quality Minds, Bangalore. Sir is known as Empowerment Guru due to PhD on empowerment from IIT Bombay. Sir has research and practice of empowerment for the past 26 years. Sir has completed MBA in HRM Marketing and International Management. Sir is also Master in Applied Electronics. Sir has completed PG DBA and Sir has graduate degree in Maths. And Sir have so many responsibilities in the past, as Sir has served as a foreign quality expert for Bangladesh universities. Sir has been a director IQAC and executive AJU ISBRB School Bangalore. Sir has been a professor for Asia Pacific Institute of Management. Sir also have served as a director as academician in AEME Bangalore. Sir has been served as a director, School of Management and Technology, JNU Jaipur. Sir also served as Dean, Management Studies, NHCE Bangalore. Sir has been served as Associate Dean, IBS Bangalore. Sir also have given his services as a professor in ISBM Bangalore. Sir has served as a senior faculty like a professor in HMA for 10 years. Sir have completed the journey of 24 years as a manager to deputy general manager. Overall, Sir has experience of 49 years, and in 49 years of experience, Sir has completed his duties like aircraft maintenance, in aircraft overhauling, in aircraft quality assurance, in plant maintenance, in export marketing, in corporate learning, L&D, research and consultancy. But out of 49 years, for 15 years, Sir have served in academics in management education. Sir simultaneously also served as a supervisor for the research exposure and for the to guide the students for last 25 years. Sir has received so many awards. I'm explaining you one or two most important, as like Dr. S. Radhakrishnan Lifetime Achievement National Award 2018 for teaching and research. That is a prestigious IRDP award. Sir has received Best Teacher Award 2016 by Bangalore Education Society. Sir also received Distinguished Teacher Award in Management by MTC Global. In spite of this, Sir have very good experience in research and publication. Sir has published 12 publication in international referred journals, 25 publication in national referred journal, and in spite of these all, Sir has also produced 6 edited books and the articles in so many journals. Now, Sir, you have a very great experiences, and my words are very less to give you an honor about these. But now I request you to please continue your lecture. Over to you, sir.
So I should share my screen now. Can you see my screen? Dr. Juhie, please keep your unmuted so that we can communicate whenever needed. Good morning, friends. Thank you, Dr. Juhie and Principal Dr. Jain, for giving me an opportunity, readily acceptance, and arranging in such a short time. It's a great appreciative work. It's not easy to organize anything, and the result is always in front, but organization takes a lot of effort. And the ability of faculty as well as the student, I have already witnessed in February, and that is par excellence. The kind of arrangement and the kind of execution has been done by everyone is really appreciable. The care taken by the principal and the faculty staff for my stay, minutest things have been taken care. And the kind of care, kind of concern they have shown, they made me a part of family of Vardhaman College. And that's the kind of affection they have shown. With that, I am really indebted to contribute as much as possible by me towards this institution and the students. One more point, I am from UP, Kanpur. I feel very happy to contribute UP people, definitely. Much better because I have less opportunity to contribute by being in South India and Bangalore for more than 40 years. So this is another opportunity for me to do that. I do not have the doubt on the capability of the students. Definitely they have much more. Only point is that whether it is being utilized or whether it is being used. And that is what is the concern. That is what is the care. It is being focused or it is diversified. Most of the time it is diversified. So we'll cover some of the discussion point and then we'll go ahead. These are the few slides, coverage area is there. Introduction, environment effect of COVID on education, meeting COVID challenges, online learning challenges. Who are you? This question will be put on in the process. Law of dominant mind programs, development of well-rounded personality, lack of social emotional skill, and finally examophobia and steps to overcome. Now going through, I am grateful to Almighty to get me all opportunity to interact with you. At the same time, Professor Dr. JUHIE for inviting and providing unconditional help, as well as Professor Jain to give me opportunity along with the management support and approval immediately. Thankful and grateful to you all joining, showing keen interest in learning to overcome the fear of examination. And I think this fear goes on whole life. Whole life it takes on. And if you reduce right now, you'll be automatically better person to face any exam. Whole life is full of examination, full of test, full of interview, and full of performance appraisals. So this is not only in college or university or institution, but whole life is for that. And therefore, this is very, very important topic for you to understand bit now and start practicing so that you are able to overcome. And these practices you will be utilizing whole life. Recently, I was a member of a panel for interviewing for large government organization promotional interviews for different layers of scientists. And I have interviewed about 15 days, around 100 scientists. And this kind of fear was, most of them had shown in their face that they are still having the fear, though they are at the different level of organizational setup. And they are expert in their own area. I'm not that expert, but they are still, fear is there. And that is why I thought, and Dr. JUHIE, hello. हाँ तो करेंगे फ्लो है थोड़ा माइंड का करते हैं थैंक यू या सो दिस टॉपिक बहुत ही यूजफुल रहेगा आपको मैं थोड़ा बीच बीच में हिंदी भी बोलता रहूंगा तो ये टॉपिक मैं अभी जैसे बता रहा था आपको कि मैं पिछले करीब 100 साइंटिस्ट ऑफ डिफरेंट लेवल्स इन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मिड एंड सीनियर इंटरव्यूड एंड मोस्ट ऑफ देम they have exhibited, it came on face and during the interview about the phobia of test or examination. Examination is not only written examination is even interviews for selection, interview for promotion, and performance appraisals of how much good work they have done. All these are part of this exam phobia. So, अगर आप अभी से कुछ प्रैक्टिसेस सीख लेते हैं उनसे फेस करने की ताकत बढ़ा सकते हैं योर पावर विल बी मोर तो बाद में लाइफ में यू विल बी वेरी कंफर्टेबल, अदरवाइज होल लाइफ दिस टेक्स ऑन. एंड देयरफॉर आई request you to keep your attention these 2 hours, focused attention to learn. Nobody can teach you. I'm not here to teach you. I'm only sharing some of my learning and experiences with you. You are there to learn, pick up, use, and then certify yourself. I'm in a better position. That's what is the importance of the session and attending. So we'll be going through now. On your notebook, I'll give you only half a minute. Write down each one point what you want to learn. क्या सीखना चाहते हैं आज आप 2 घंटे में? 2 घंटा नहीं बचे, अभी कम हो गया, 110 मिनट्स ओनली. क्या सीखना चाहते हैं आप? एक पॉइंट कम से कम लिखिए अपनी नोटबुक में एंड टेक ओनली 30 सेकेंड. योर टाइम स्टार्ट नाउ. Okay, I am confident you must have written, and I would request all of you put it in your chat box and send it to Dr. JUHIE to see it. And if something is needed in between to correct for me, if I am not covered, we'll be able to cover. So please send your point, what you want to learn in chat box. So we'll move ahead. What do you think? Close your eyes, take 10 seconds and catch one thought and note in your notebook. What do you think? It's very important, very, very essential for you to understand, be aware about your thought process, what are the thoughts are coming. So close your eyes for 5 to 10 seconds and then open and write down by catching one thought. I will keep quiet now for
स्टूडेंट्स जिसको भी क्वेश्चन पूछना है वो अपना हैंड रेज कर दे, हम उसको अनम्यूट कर देंगे, वो डायरेक्टली क्वेश्चन पूछ सकता है. लेकिन
यस, वेलकम, नो इशू.
ठीक है स्टूडेंट्स, जिसको भी क्वेश्चन पूछना है वो रेज हैंड के मार्क पर मार्क करना और हम उसको अनम्यूट कर देंगे. ठीक है. Sir, please continue. जी सर. बच्चों अभी 2 मिनट वेट कर लीजिए, एक्चुअली कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ गई है इंटरनेट में, तो सर फर्दर कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं. बच्चों बहुत ध्यान से आप लेक्चर को सुनोगे. ये क्या होता है, जैसे सर ने सर बेसिकली आपको जो एग्जामोफोबिया है कि एग्जाम के फोबिया से आप कैसे बाहर आओगे, और कोविड-19 सिचुएशन को देखते हुए जो चैलेंजेस आप लोग फेस कर रहे हैं, आप कॉलेज रेगुलर नहीं आ पा रहे हैं, लेकिन फिर भी किसी भी तरीके से जो भी हम कर पा रहे हैं उसके अकॉर्डिंग हमने ये लेक्चर आपके लिए अरेंज कराया है. तो सर जो बातें बता रहे हैं उनको ध्यान से सुनिए, उससे रिलेटेड जो भी आपकी क्वेरीज है वो आप अपना रेज हैंड वाला ऑप्शन है आपके मार्क के आगे, नेम के आगे, आप उसको ऑन करिएगा तो मैं उसको आपको अनम्यूट कर दूंगी और आप डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं. लेकिन सर बहुत 9% है, आराम से पहले सुनिए कि सर क्या कह रहे हैं. अभी जस्ट स्टार्ट हुआ है लेक्चर, अभी लेक्चर जस्ट स्टार्ट हुआ है, इसलिए बहुत ध्यान से लेक्चर को सुनेंगे, उसको समझेंगे, उसके ऊपर जो भी क्वेश्चन दिमाग में आते हैं उनको राइट डाउन करिए। जब क्वेश्चन पूछा जाए इंटरैक्टिव सेशन के लिए कि अब आप क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं, आपका माइक ऑन कर दिया जाएगा और आप सर से डायरेक्टली बात कर सकते हैं, है ना। तो क्वेश्चन टॉपिक को अच्छे से समझने की कोशिश करिए कि सर आपको क्या बताना चाह रहे हैं एग्जैक्टली। और बच्चों, आपके लिए ये तो एक इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी नेचर का हो गया लेक्चर, बट अब कल जैसे केमिस्ट्री का लेक्चर है, केमिस्ट्री में लेक्चर होगा वही 11 से 12 के करीब, तो आप लोग उस पर कनेक्ट करना। ऐसे ही ये लेक्चर सीरीज कंटिन्यू रहेगी, कभी फिजिक्स का लेक्चर होगा, कभी केमिस्ट्री का लेक्चर होगा, कभी बॉटनी का होगा। तो आप लोग ग्रुप्स में एक्टिवेट रहिए और आपको उस पर लिंक शेयर कर दिया जाएगा, उसके टाइमिंग के अकॉर्डिंग आप लोग ज्वाइन करिए और जो भी आप लोगों को दिया जा रहा है उसमें मैक्सिमम से मैक्सिमम सीखने की कोशिश करिए। सर आवाज नहीं आ रही है आपकी, गुप्ता सर। गुप्ता सर सुन पा रहे हैं सर?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes sir.
Good. Now the next question is, how do you feel? I hope one word you can note down immediately in your notebook. How do you feel? First question was, what do you think? Now, how do you feel? And let's move ahead further. So, everybody is talking about the impact of COVID, and I think whole world is busy with finding out what are the negative consequences. And no doubt, it has given the great impact in the life of people, whole world. I think nothing has affected so much whole world so far as COVID-19 has done and is still doing. Yesterday, there was a news in UK, there is some new type of virus found out, which is multiplying very fast rate and creating problem, and therefore government has taken decision not to allow any flight coming from Europe to India. Now similar things happening, but let us look at what are something positive, what are something good for us. And the moment we start looking, there are many things are positive and many things will be very appreciable. But maybe after, sorry, let me tell these people, please don't call. So in life, if you start looking the negativity is full. If you start looking for positivity, you'll find many things. And that is what this COVID, very first point I have not written here, the kind of enforcement of changes happened within short time would never been happen if COVID is not there. And the way, let us say for example of digitization in India, government has been trying for 4 or 5 years, but what has happened? Within a week time, the changes happen, implementation started, and people started adopting very fast and started working, and life is moving on. So the kind of positive impacts are much, much more. However, we are not able to look because of the pain of the negative aspects. Many people lost their life, many people lost their job, many people are not having the enough money to purchase and food even. But at the same time, if you look at, people have come together. They have understood the value of human being and human respect, and they started supporting, helping each other. And that is what called communicate with care in change perspective. And that is what has been taken care more and more with the concern of the student. Earlier, they come to the class, they learn, but now everybody is thinking how we can make student to learn better, how we can create environment, though it is distant, though it is uh, online, but still how can we make better. And that is what has been, and that is what the concern had been shown very clearly. Let me compliment that the kind of changes happened. The teachers community adopted, and most of the institutions and colleges started within a week online. Though it was not perfect, but the start was there. And then perfection came by practicing as well as improving the requirements which were required to be improved. And that is why the change would have happened years together, not, but it has happened within a week and within a month. So these are the few positive things which have the buzzword Zoom. Who were thinking about Zoom in and Zoom out? Student engagement, technology-based teaching, virtual teams, online mode, work from home, Microsoft Teams, Google, etc. Whatever you name, now we are able to come to know. We have learned many new things which otherwise we would have not. So that's the kind of positive impacts are there. Let me put one thing to you. When do you go to temple or your worshipping place? When normally you go? When you feel that there is some other doors are closed, and maybe I should go to the temple, go near to the God, go near to mosque or whatever place of worship is there, and request God to provide us. It means you are having such a kind of faith, trust. इतना आपको ट्रस्ट है, इतनी आपको श्रद्धा है और विश्वास है कि आप जा करके मांगेंगे, प्रार्थना करेंगे तो आपको मिलेगा. और my dear student, I want to submit here one similar thing. उतनी ही श्रद्धा से, उतने ही विश्वास से अगर आप क्लास अटेंड करते हैं ऑनलाइन, तो आप जो चाहेंगे वो मिलेगा, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है. आप कॉलेज स्कूल आफ्टर सम टाइम यू विल कम, उतनी ही श्रद्धा से अगर आप कॉलेज आए, जितनी श्रद्धा से ईश्वर के पास जाते हैं कुछ मांगने, आपको यहाँ भी मिलेगा. ये मैटर करता है कि आप कितने शिद्दत, कितनी श्रद्धा और कितने विश्वास से करते हैं. Online teaching is not a wrong thing. It has been earlier also, but the earlier it was very few pockets, whereas today it is in mass. And one more thing, look into how much difficult it would have been for me to travel to Bijnor from Bangalore. Last time I remember it has taken 15 hours to 16 hours. Though I came by flight, but 16 hours it took for me to travel from here. And the expenditure involved was a very good, handsome amount. Whereas without any pain, without any travel, without anything. हाँ जी, स्क्रीन शेयर किया तो है, करता हूँ दोबारा. अच्छा, Can you see my screen? जूही जी, आप अनम्यूट करके थोड़ा रिस्पांस तो दे दें.
जी सर, स्लाइड दिखाई दे रही है सर.
नहीं दिख रही?
आप हो गई सर शेयर?
1 minute. Once again, I will share it.
जी सर, शेयर हो गई है स्क्रीन से.
Okay, good. So then I'll put it on the slideshow. It's okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. So now here, what happened again? I think I did some mistake.
Sir, please continue.
It's okay?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
okay, sir. Please continue.
Fine. So let me put the everything in nutshell in the figure or diagram. Individual development, how does it happen? And what are the factors affect our development? So first up, environment factors affect our development. I don't know how to remove something is coming on the screen. So environment factors, political factor, economical, social, environment, technological, these are the factors are there which are affecting our development. Demographical factor, rural, urban, developed, underdeveloped, language, educational level of development, all those things of that area affect the development. Then coming to the health, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health of the people affect their development. Ultimately, once you see, the COVID has affected all these factors together. It has affected environmental, it has affected demographical, it has affected health of the people. And finally, you see that nowhere it is left, not only one area, not only one country, not only one what is called city, it has taken all over the world. And still we are far better comparative to the Western countries and European countries, etc., in terms of the COVID impact and its impact on all these factors. So this framework, ultimately COVID also impact education sector. And this education sector has impact on the individual development. And thereby the phobia is the result. So that is how the phobia comes into the picture with this. Now, if you look at the environment factor, we characterize the environment VUCA. VUCA is volatile, बड़ी तेजी से बदलने वाला, अनप्रिडिक्टेबल, जिसको हम समझ ना सकें आगे क्या होने वाला है, कॉम्प्लेक्स, जो बहुत ही जबरदस्त, जो समझ में नहीं आ सकता है, और एम्बिग्यूअस, मतलब क्लियर है ही नहीं कुछ. Digital disruption, it was going on, it is going on now, it will continue. That is not going to stop. COVID may be stopped, but this VUCA digital disruption will continue. And I don't know whether आप लोगों ने सुना है कि नहीं, digital, there are the stages, or we call it categories, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Industry 1 started long back, 2, we are in the 2 and 3. And world is in 4, 5, 6. Now we have to move on through this, and that is what. So I'm not going to define those things, but what I have given the just terminology that it will continue. COVID has given the challenges, economic recession, migration of worker, etc. I'm not going, this you can read it, but it has given a lot of challenges, social justice, etc. And with this, the challenges are finding vaccine. Of course, vaccine has come now, but still not started. In Western countries already they started administering. In India, it may take few weeks and it may also start here. Unlocking, locking, like again, Western countries, locking has been done, and therefore here lockdown. And in India, of course, is still not the situation. So all these factors are a challenge for us. With that, learn to live the COVID, we have to understand how to live with this. No doubt vaccine may come, but still some other virus may come. Who knows? Like COVID itself multiplied. So we have to learn, and we have learned, my dear, that is the appreciated thing. We have learned how to live with this, and we started living. So that is called the new normal. Acceptance of new normal. Definitely life will not go back earlier whatever we had in last year, January, February. But now the whatever changes may come, with the changes we have to live, and we have to learn to live, rather we call it. So this new normal will not be same for whole world. It will be different for different area, different city, different group, all those things. So with that, there will be infinite possibilities. About 3-4 days back, Ratan Tata said, and all other people are predicting, researches are coming out, that ample of opportunities are going to come. Means COVID is not giving only negative thing, but COVID is going to give much more positive things to us. And the moment we start looking positive, our life will be different. For example, now you are in college and you are thinking my study completion. Those who have completed study, they are worried about the job. However, the multiple number of opportunities are going to be very high, because now it is going to be a what we call it we call it the globalization and anti-globalization, or reverse globalization is going to happen, which we will become more and more dependent on ourselves than remain dependent on other countries. And therefore, this COVID has given us chance and opportunity to come back, than remain dependent on other countries. Basically, Chinese, how much dependency started? Our some more than 50% dependency has gone to Chinese business. Now, slowly we are overcoming these things, and Make in India is starting, and therefore you all are going to have ample opportunity after your study completion, whether you complete graduate or postgraduate. I don't know whether PG people have joined or not, but still, whether PG or UG, you are going to have, because you are in that time zone that you no doubt your study affected, but this study will not affect as much for your future jobs, because you will have ample of opportunities. So now new normal will not be old normal, as is shown in the black color in the center of coordinate. जो कोऑर्डिनेट के सेंटर पॉइंट है वो ओल्ड नॉर्मल है, लेकिन आप देख रहे हैं शिफ्ट कर रहा है. लॉकडाउन हुआ, फिर उसके बाद ग्रीन पर आया, फिर ब्लैक पर. तो डिफरेंट पॉइंट डिफरेंट एरिया में होंगे न्यू नॉर्मल. एंड what will be the requirement? Huge task, very big task requirements are there, and teamwork is required, and therefore our mind reprogramming required. We cannot remain in the fear, or we cannot remain in that everything is negative, or we cannot go, that is going to be killing us. But once we learn to live with this, it is becoming a friend, and we will be able to move better. So new normal, these are the factors which you can read later, but my purpose is we will become more anti-fragile. What is the meaning of anti-fragile? Shock-proof. We should not break immediately. We should stand longer. We should be able to face longer with the courage, power, and overcome. That is called anti-fragile. With more commitment, with more self-discipline, with more humbleness, learning adaptability. This we'll discuss a little more, because nobody can teach you if you do not want to learn. And therefore, my understanding of whole life is we can only share the learning, we can only tell you, but nobody can teach you if you don't want to learn. There is an old saying. Are you able to listen me?
जी सर आ रही है आवाज.
Okay, because suddenly power has resumed, so switchover taken place. So I start thinking, let me find out. So now we cannot remain same. we have to have a very fast learning adaptability. And I call it, now you are in the graduation level, you are no more in the primary school or something, you are no more dependent on teacher, but you are independent for learning. And today in the technological environment, everything available in your hands with your mobile, whatever you want to find out. And therefore, your capabilities are much more for learning anything and everything you want. And therefore, you have to understand that you have to learn. Emotional adaptability, again, anti-fragile means you will be able to withstand longer, you will not have the emotional breakdown, and therefore you will be able to cope up. Passion for giving more, instead of taking more, you start learning that people are deprived of because of this situation, and therefore in new normal we should work for giving more. Now whatever you can give, whatever you have, so it means you have to take stock of your having, not only in material possession, but in terms of your knowledge, in terms of your learning, in terms of your sentiments, motivation to others. All these things you are better, and therefore you can give to others. Giving others is not only money or material. Non-material giving is more important. Then adopting changes, changing technology, very fast you have to learn and change. The way you are able to operate the mobile better, you have to keep on learning better technology. Power than ever, you must have more power than earlier, and care for others is the key last point, closing point, punching point, that you must start giving more. The moment you start giving care for others, your own fears are going to reduce automatically. Your experience will be multiplied, and therefore you will be more powerful. तो दूसरों की केयर करना शुरू कर दो, अपने आप आपकी पावर बढ़ना शुरू हो जाएगी. पावर कोई दे नहीं सकता है, आप अपने आप बढ़ा सकते हैं. सो न्यू नॉर्मल में जीने के लिए क्या है? बी फेयर, फेथ एंड ट्रस्ट ऑन सेल्फ इंप्रूवमेंट. अपने ऊपर ट्रस्ट रखिए, फेथ रखिए और इंप्रूव करिए. What you know, what you can, what you must, and what you will. Many people, they know but they cannot. Many people want but they are not able to do, and many people are not willing even. All these four are important together. Whatever you know, you must understand you know, and therefore you be aware. उसको पहचानो कि क्या क्या हमारी शक्तियां हैं, बहुत हैं. You are not utilizing even 1% of your own power. None of us, in fact. And if you increase 0.25%, you will be excellent. If you increase 0.5%, you will be genius. So for becoming genius, what you need to multiply your own utilization of your own power. Not that multiply power. Power is already there. Utilization, using up those power has to be there. System, technology, you have to trust and work on. No doubt sometimes technological failure like power has gone. Country is facing, but still we have to adopt it. We cannot wait that till power will be always 100%, we will not use it. No. So we must agility and academic flexibility. Move quickly and easily. Now this I must appreciate the teachers of our country, teachers of the most of the institution who quickly adopted the new changes. We'll see some more detail. It's not only simply switch on to Zoom or switch on to the internet. There are much more things behind that to come into. So, and they learn to problem solve. So you have to learn more and more problem solving skill. Innovation to face much more complexity. As I say, environment is uncertain, complex, and what we call ambiguous. So all this situation, complexity is more, it requires नए नए तरीके ढूंढना, नए नए मेथड से काम करना और नए टूल यूज करना बहुत जरूरत. दैट इज इनोवेशन. एवरीथिंग कैन बी इम्प्रूव्ड इफ यू हैव दिस बेस ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि हर चीज को इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं, तो मेरे ख्याल में आप जो है ना कर सकते हैं. ये रेसिलियंस मीन्स गिर कर उठना, उठ के दौड़ना, दैट इज द सिंपल लैंग्वेज इज रेसिलियंस। मीन्स अगर आप किसी भी तरह से गिर पड़ते हैं, कहीं किसी भी तरह से कुछ गड़बड़ होता है लाइफ में, कहीं भी ब्रेक होता है, कहीं भी रुकते हैं, कोई रुकावट है, तो आप फिर तेजी से, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपको जो है किसी लेट से आप साइकिल से जा रहे हैं, स्पीड ब्रेकर पड़ गया, साइकिल की स्पीड अगर धीमी है, नहीं चढ़ी तो लौट के वापस आ जाएगी, अगर लौट के आ गई तो आप परेशान मत होइए, उसको दूसरी फिर दूर से आइए, थोड़ा स्पीड बढ़ाइए और निकल जाइए, यही एक रिक्वायरमेंट है। तो आपको पहले तो उसको एक्सेप्ट करना है कि देयर इज ए स्पीड ब्रेकर। अब अगर आप एक्सेप्ट ही नहीं करेंगे स्पीड ब्रेकर तो उसको पहचानेंगे ही नहीं, तो आगे कैसे बढ़ेंगे। देन आप अपनी शक्ति को पहचानो कि यस हम निकल सकते हैं, हमारे पास शक्ति है, ताकत है, और उसके बाद आप उसको रास्ता बदल दो। अगर वो कहीं चांस लगे, अगर वो रास्ता ठीक नहीं है, और अगर ठीक है तो उसमें ज्यादा ताकत लगा के निकलिए। तो दिस इज व्हाट लिविंग विथ न्यू नॉर्मल। As I said, COVID impact on education, it was unwarned, unplanned. Means ना तो पता था, ना किसी को कोई सूचना मिली, और ना किसी ने प्लान किया था। एक बिल्कुल सडन फेस टू फेस एजुकेशन से हम लोगों को ऑनलाइन आना पड़ा, वर्चुअल क्लासरूम लर्निंग, एंड इट हैज अब्रप्टली क्लोजेस द countries, universities and schools of 178 countries all over the world. And you can imagine the kind of responsibility educator have. Educator means institution, management, and teachers, and supporting staff for teacher in the institution. So all have to look forward for this change, and everybody has to learn and work with that. All may not be knowing all these things, but they have started learning fast and work. So हम लोग बहुत अच्छा काम करते हैं जब अच्छी सी रुकावट आ जाए। अगर थोड़ी बहुत रुकावट है तो समझेंगे ही नहीं, निकल जाएंगे। और ये जो कोविड है, ये इसने हमको एक अपॉर्चुनिटी दी है अच्छे से ब्रेक लगा के, कि रुको और सोचो यार नया करना, फिर नया करो, एंड दैट इज व्हाट इज गोइंग टू। सो इन दिस टेक्नोलॉजी कैन बिल्ड मशीन, software to stay engaged, but human interaction establish lifelong connect, and that is what is important. So the human interaction is very, very important part of it. Online challenges. COVID has given challenges, but I have given at the end opportunities. So I don't talk only challenge, but this has given a lot of opportunities. And this challenge has given challenge for parents. What is the challenge for parents? Very one line, only worry, nothing else. They don't have any other challenge, because student continuously studying and staying at home, parents also staying at home, everybody is staying at home, and they have a lot of tension staying together, because they were not used to. Father will go for work office, student will go to the class, children and mother will work at home, prepare everything freely. Now everybody is a disturbance for her. So nobody has been very happy. This was only challenge, nothing more. Whereas challenges for institution in digital transformation, I was telling that I am going to discuss a little more. The change itself was challenge. How to continue the student learning, that was the great challenge. And in that background is work is much more. Like pace, the way speed is going on learning in the classroom definitely cannot remain same as the classroom, but online alternative will give us an opportunity. Unmute. You want to raise hand, unmute. Okay, when unmuted, you can ask your question. Now, the speed at which we are learning may be little less, but nevertheless, it is going to be nil. It will be. Technology, now more and more technology we have to start using and then work on. Competence we have to increase. Earlier, we were not increasing our competence. We were only listening. We remained dependent on teacher. But now you have to transform yourself from student to learner, student to adult and learner. And that is what is needed now. Then, of course, so technological part for colleges or institutions remain a challenge, and developing the competence of faculty at the same time. And finally, they are worried about the finances, money required. So they face these challenges, but nevertheless, they came very fast, very quickly overcome these type of challenges. Challenges for teachers, we'll discuss a little more, and then challenges for students. So these two we are going to discuss more. Teacher role, you all know it is most important role in everybody's life, because they build the people who are going to lead a better life. So their responsibility to help shape young people and inspire them, connect them as human beings. That's the beauty of teaching and teacher role. Trust has to be earned before any meaningful learning can happen. Teacher must have trust. Now, when they stand in the class in front of you, the trust is much better. Whereas being distance, it depends upon the student capability to capture, receive, उसको ग्रहण करे, उसमें से निकाले मीनिंगफुल, कंटिन्यूअसली ध्यान से सुने, बजाय इसके कि घर में कहीं आवाज हुई, कहीं कुछ आई, स्मेल आ गई किचन से खाने की, तो फौरन डाइवर्ट हो जाएंगे. Instead of, you should concentrate and able to. So that is what the trust on the teacher has to be high so that you can learn. Challenges as the ability to connect emotionally. People, teachers have this challenge to connect you emotionally. If not, you will not be able to see their emotion. If you are not able to get the body language which communicate along with the words. So now words alone has to substitute the body language also. So that was the challenge for them. And then having challenging conversation. See, as you know, we learn by seeing, we learn by touch, we learn by listening, we learn by feeling. All these things are there. Whereas now only one thing is there, only listening. Little bit seeing is there in terms of slide, otherwise only listening is there. You cannot understand the emotions of communication. You will miss them because it cannot be communicated over this media. So these are the challenges by teacher. Face the digital challenges such as adequate strategic preparation, the technological support. Adequate strategic preparation means background support for long time. Trust establishment, thinking in the processes, what are the processes are required and how to do better. Earlier, everybody, what today, decades of evolution and learning was there in teaching, which were followed earlier. But now suddenly it is stopped and the new thing have come. Here again, learning has to start. So amalgamation, reinforcements of all involved. How to put together everybody and how to reinforce together is difficult task. One will listen better than other and understand better than other. In distance mode will be, differences will be much more than in the classroom. Though classroom also is there, but it is less. Separate yet collaborative. Each teacher will have a separate methodology of teaching. Still, it requires collaboration of together, not only teacher, but people, technology, everything. So these are the challenges faced by teacher, and they started coping. Learn to cope up these challenges within a week, as I said. This is appreciable task have been done by them. Design and started effective online education, which was not earlier. Consist of online teaching and learning, boosting of several research work in online, online principles, online prototype. Principle means developing siddhant jo bhi hai. Or prototype means a kind of new product, new design, a new methodology. Ethics, it should not be illegal, it should not be unharmed, it should be right for the right approach. An appraisal of benchmark, what should be done which is a better quality. online course design, teaching and learning method, etc. So these are the kind of challenges teachers face. A byproduct, courses design has to be there. And planning of instruction has to be there. So these are the more or less teacher have faced and teacher have overcome. Now, question is they coped. I'm not going to discuss more. Already discussed this. Now, online challenges for a student. You know the challenge of technology. Whether this technology or internet or Zoom availability is everywhere. Everybody is having the same technological equipment. Of course, it is assumed that most of the student will have nowadays a smartphone. Still, somewhere possibly signal may not be proper. Somewhere there may not be, of course, in cell phone, that is the beauty, that current interruptions are not there. Whereas if you are using the laptop, there is a current interruption or internet Wi-Fi interruption. Whereas in database, it may be powerful, may not be powerful. Earlier I was using by cell phone itself data. Now with this data, when I was using, in between my voice will not reach, and therefore I switched over to the Wi-Fi, which is having some 100 Mbps speed and all. So my point is the technological glitches are there everywhere. Too many distraction at this. Now each student had different types of the distraction, whereas in the classroom, all will have same distraction, whatever may be. Let's say, for example, somebody comes and stand on the door, everybody starts seeing him instead of attention to the lecture or discussion. So there is only one type of disturbance, distraction. घर में क्या है, हर चीज डिस्ट्रक्शन है. थोड़ी आवाज इधर आई तो डिस्ट्रक्शन. वो इंडिविजुअल है, हर एक के लिए सेम नहीं होगा, अलग अलग होंगे. तो अलग अलग टाइम पर अलग अलग ढंग से सीखोगे. दैट्स another challenge. Loss of control of teacher. Whatever control you are feeling of teacher, and thereby you will not do certain activity or distraction faster. You have freedom now, and it is your choice. And you know the monkey mind, it will jump very fast. Somebody had defined the mind as monkey who has drunk. Now imagine monkey has a drunk, what will be the condition of mind? Jumping and speed. And therefore you have to not only reduce the drinks, but stop jumping, control it so that remain concentrated. Low concentration already. Easier to lose learning engagement. Something is being talked, even I am talking something, but very easy to come out of this. You are listening, suddenly you stopped, and suddenly you again is listening. You are not getting head and tail. You are not getting the what was the clue, and finally you are having some break in between. So therefore, inability to adopt new things is another challenge. Now these I have listed. These are not the end list. I have given main challenges. If you overcome these things will be far better, but not 100%. There are many things. So I cannot define individually. सबके लिए अलग अलग challenges हैं, वो हम नहीं ला सकते. Common type के जो challenge हैं, वो आपको मैंने बताए. Now managing challenges, environment effect, lack of. Now very important. Let us forget time being COVID, because we have to learn to live with the COVID. Environment effect will continue. Suddenly somewhere now, अच्छी सी सर्दी पड़ रही नॉर्थ में. आपके यहाँ सर्दी कैसी है? आई होप एंजॉय कर रहे होगे आप सब लोग. बंगलुरु में भी थोड़ी सर्दी बढ़ गई है, बट इट इज मच मोर लेस देन द नॉर्थ इंडिया. सो एनवायरमेंट इफेक्ट्स आर देयर. सर्दी है तो आप हो सकता है मौसम खराब हो जाए, 10-11 बजे तक आप उठ ही ना पाए बेड से, पढ़ने का मन ना हो. ये सब चीजें हैं, तो इनको अवॉइड करना है. वी हैव टू. Same way, inability to, lack of being adult learner. This is very important point, which we will see little later. Inability to manage the change, law of dominant thoughts, and lack of well-rounded development. These are the we are going to discuss one by one little more. And what they lead, what they bring the result, inability to adopt something new. If we remain under the left-hand side challenges, we will not be able to reach to right-hand side aspect, and we will not achieve them. Inability to learn, हम लोग learn नहीं कर, सीख नहीं सकते हैं. And it will increase anxiety. stress, then phobia, including exam phobia, examophobia it is called. Low concentration, easy diversion. Now these things will increase. So what is to be done? Improve left hand side. Lack, remove, become adult and learner. Most of the time, I have seen not only master but even postmaster, rather PhD level scholars, that we have like primary student. Please don't degrade. I'm not degrading. I'm talking behavioral aspect remains same. Not only PhD scholar, even I conduct the training program, the participants which are sitting across the table by the side next to the table, they also behave the same way. So right from the primary student to anyone in the life, the moment we sit in the classroom, our behavior is same child behavior, same dependent behavior. And behaviorally we have to become adult and we become learner. Unless you become learner, difficult learning will be there now in this phenomena, in this situation. So improve left hand side factors for what? Reducing right hand side. If you don't improve left, right side will not be reduced. You will not be able to overcome. So this is the crux of our approach. You COVID factor you don't have in hand, environment effect you have to start learning and adapting. You have to transform yourself to adult and learner. Adult means a responsible behavior. Learner means you are able to learn yourself, you are not dependent on teacher. Therefore, you have to. Same way, law of dominant thought, we'll discuss other point. So, what is phobia? Irrational fears about the situation or person or object or anything. Thinking about or facing the feared object or situation bring a panic attack and severe anxiety. Left hand side factor that will become anxiety will be more. Specific phobia, there are 4 types. They are called natural, environmental, animals, mutilation or medical treatment, and situational. Most common phobia given here. Examination I put at the top. Examination I told you already defined not only college and school examination, but whole life has got examination. Whole life has got test. Every day there are the tests. And if you are having the phobia, every day you are going through the pain of that. And you will be always in doubt about your life. So it will be better if you start facing phobia right now. Fear of public speaking. One research says next to the death fear, second topmost fear is public speaking. And if you have learned to overcome this, you are far better and superior person for whole life. What is there to speaking? Everybody speaks. But the moment we have to go to the dais and speak, we have got the fear. All the signs of fear will start aggravating. बढ़ने लगते हैं, वो हाथ पैर कांपने लगेंगे, बोल नहीं पाएंगे, ध्यान नहीं रहेगा क्या बोल रहा, सब कुछ आ जाएगा. So this is all fear of being judged by other. Why it is? दूसरे हमें जज करेंगे तो क्या सोचेंगे? Instead of कोई नहीं सोचेगा, मैं सोच रहा हूं केवल. ये प्रॉब्लम यहां है. तो आप मत सोचिए दूसरा क्या सोचेगा, आप सोचिए मैं क्या सोच रहा हूं, उसको करेक्ट कर लीजिए. Being embarrassed, हमको परेशानी होगी. अरे व्हाट इज देयर, हु डजंट गेट एम्बरासमेंट? Embarrassment you should practice and overcome. So if you are getting embarrassed, one experience to overcome, you will get it. So don't worry about embarrassment. It is the life, part of life. Flying, किसी को flying का डर है, किसी को elevator. बहुत से लोग सिटी में जब हाई राइज बिल्डिंग में जाते हैं तो they cannot go through elevators, or they cannot, in malls and all elevators are there, and in high rise building lifts are there. People are not able to go through lift because they have got a lot of fear. And other choking noise, loud noises can be sometime drowning, all these being humiliated, these are kind of the phobias. These 4 major I have shown in this is nothing. This case you read, please read it silently. I'll give you it requires only 2 minutes maximum. Please read it silently. Or you want, I request Dr. Juhi to read it. But when you read, you will understand better.
जी सर, मैं 19-year young student studying in second year of UG. I want to pass my university examination with distinction and aspire to become a scientist. जी सर. Sir, I have read a first case.
Yeah, no, all are the same case only. Please continue.
Okay, sir. I study for the entire year very diligently. I'm able to revise my entire syllabus 3 to 4 times. I'm able to solve not only my issues related to studies, but able to solve my friends' issues also. My friends call me very intelligent. I am able to understand and memorize after studying only once. But I fail to understand what happens to me during the examination. I feel so anxious and nervous that I forget the answers. Even though I had studied and memorized everything, I'm not able to recall the answers. I'm not able to write fast. I feel the same during practical examination. Even though I know the answer, I'm not able to answer due to nervousness. I become completely blank. I get cold feet and my hearts start pounding. The result is that even after knowing all the answer, I do not get the desired results.
Now, this is the situation almost every one of us facing. It's not far. And let me tell you, my dear friend, even I go now after all this, whatever I have learned and expertise gain, and still I go for new. I prepare so that I should not. And for a moment, I feel and overcome. Same thing will happen as you grow. Your fear will start reducing when you are prepared well. But still sometime, even after well preparation, it happened because of examophobia. So this is the best case I could see, examophobia. Instead of intelligent, diligent study, entire syllabus revision, solving the classroom and all other friends problem, but the moment comes to the examination, not able to face. And so that is what is the examophobia. Now, again, I'll give you the 1 minute time. All of you write in a notebook, what are the fears you have? Please write down. Awareness is very important, and that is why this exercise will give you to think and write. 1 minute time is very big, very large, very long time. Write down 1, 2, 3, 4, what are your fears? Okay, take 1 minute now.
स्टूडेंट्स अपने अपने फोबियाज, जो भी आपको किसी भी चीज से जो भी डर लगता है, उसको अपने आप नोट डाउन करिए, अपनी नोटबुक्स में लिखिए कि आपको किस चीज से डर लगता है. बहुत बार ऐसा होता है आपको सब कुछ आता है, बट एग्जाम में आपके हाथ कांपते हैं, आप नहीं लिख पाते. तो उन चीजों को नोट करिए और फिर सर से उनका सॉल्यूशन जानने की कोशिश करिए कि कैसे आप उस डर से बाहर आ सकते हैं.
ओके, फ्रॉम माय साइड अभी टाइम खत्म हो गया है. आप ये एक्सरसाइज करिएगा बाद में भी. और सबसे मैं रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूं, सभी डॉक्टर जूही को आप लिख के भेजें कि हमारे ये फोबिया हैं. हर एक अपने फोबिया लिख के भेजे, जो भी लिस्ट बना लें, 4, 6, 10 जो भी हो, 1, 2 लिखिए, लिख करके भेजिए. और फ्यूचर में कभी जरूरत पड़े तो मैं भी साथ में हूं, आपके डर को दूर करूंगा. ओके, फियर इज कवर्ड. डर कब लगता है? डर खुद ही डरा हुआ रहता है हमेशा. इट ओनली अटैक व्हेन यू आर वीक एंड कंफ्यूज्ड. माइंड इट. डर जो है खुद ही डरा रहता है, और वो इतना डरा रहता है कि वो कब अटैक करता है? जब आप कमजोर होंगे और कंफ्यूज होंगे तभी करेगा. जब आप स्ट्रांग होंगे और क्लियर होंगे तो कर ही नहीं सकता है. तो डर से ऊपर आने के लिए 2 ही चीजें हैं, आप स्ट्रांग हो और क्लैरिटी होना चाहिए. आप लोगों ने देखा होगा, हमने बचपन में देखा है, कुत्ता बिल्ली के पीछे भागता है मेरे ख्याल में सभी ने देखा होगा। तो ये फिनोमेना क्या होता है? बिल्ली डर रही है, कुत्ता डर रहा है। लेट मी एक्सप्लेन बिकॉज आई कैन नॉट वेट फॉर एनी आंसर। आप देखिए, एक्सपीरियंस को जरा ध्यान से सुनिए। बिल्ली जो है हमेशा कभी पेड़ पर चढ़ जाती है, कभी छत पर चली जाती है, कभी कुछ है। बिल्ली हमेशा रेस्टलेस रहती है। वो उसके पास जो है ना, रेस्ट नहीं लेती है, वो विचलित रहती है हमेशा। और कुत्ता आराम से नीचे लेटा होगा, सो रहा होगा। बिल्ली ऊपर से उतरेगी, आवाज आएगी, कुत्ते ने आंख खोली, बिल्ली ने आंख में कुत्ते के देखा, और द मोमेंट आंखें मिली, बिल्ली फौरन भाग लेती है। तो बिल्ली जो है कुत्ते को इनवाइट करती है कि मेरे पीछे दौड़ो। कुत्ता नहीं दौड़ता है, कुत्ता नहीं बिल्ली को खदेड़ रहा है, कुत्ता नहीं डरा रहा है बिल्ली को, बिल्ली उसको इनवाइट करती है। और फिर क्या होता है, बिल्ली जब तक भागती है जहां तक वो भाग सकती है, उसके बाद वो मुड़ के खड़ी हो जाएगी और कुत्ता एक स्टेप आगे नहीं बढ़ेगा, वो वहीं पर ब्रेक लगा देता है। तो ये फिनोमेना है। इसमें डर जो है तभी तक आपको डराता है जब तक आप उससे डर रहे होते हैं। अगर आप मुड़ के खड़े हो जाएं डर के सामने, तो डर खुद ही डर भाग जाएगा। फियर इज ओनली फियरिंग टिल यू आर फियरिंग द फियर, अदरवाइज fear will get feared. If you fear the fear, fear will get feared and run away. So that is the fear. So fear is not actual fear. What is fear? उसके पहले ये समझ लो आप हैं क्या? Who are you? Are you a child? What is the child? Curious and dependent. Child curious तो होता है लेकिन वो dependent रहता है, क्रिएटिव होता है, इमेजिनेटिव होता है, उसमें अर्जेंसी होती जो भी चीज की होती है, बट लैक ऑफ सोशल स्किल्स, सोशल इमोशनल स्किल्स, रेसिलियंस, इंटीग्रिटी, रिसोर्सफुलनेस, एम्पैथी, असर्टिवनेस एटसेट्रा। नाउ ये चीजों से हमेशा चाइल्ड जो वंचित होता है। तो मैं आपको बता रहा हूं कि आप में अगर ये चीजें हैं तो आप अभी भी चाइल्ड की तरह बिहेव करते हैं, चाइल्ड ही। यू आर नॉट ग्रोन टू एडल्ट। नाउ हु इज एडल्ट? ऑटोनॉमस, जो इंडिपेंडेंट है, डिपेंडेंट नहीं है। गोल ओरिएंटेड, आपने कोई गोल सेट किया कि नहीं? जब गोल नहीं सेट किया तो गोल ओरिएंटेशन नहीं आएगा, तो आपको गोल सेट करने पड़ेंगे। प्रैक्टिकल, दे बिलीव इन डूइंग द थिंग, देन ओनली एक्सेप्टिंग। कॉम्पिटेंस एंड मास्टरी डेवलपमेंट, learning by experience. Every experience is the learning. There's nothing good and bad, there's nothing failure and success. It is a experience of life. Wealth of knowledge, from where? After experience, the knowledge is accumulating, adults are having. Purposeful, meaningful and purposeful they have. Overcoming emotional barriers, result oriented, outside responsibilities, potential physical limitations, big picture, responsible for self and need for community. Now this is the adult definition. Now if you are good, if you are not, transform yourself. I have given more time for reading this slide for the purpose of that you transform. Low dominant thoughts. There are dominant human being program, there are plenty, but I have given few because time is very less. So no on negativity. It is so dominant that one research says parents have spoken to the child up to the age of 15 years 1,48,000 times no and 3,000 times yes. अब अंदाजा लगाइए कि 15 साल की उम्र तक बच्चे को 1.5 लाख निगेटिव वर्डों का उपयोग होता है, शब्दों का उपयोग होता है, और 3,000 कुल पॉजिटिव। पर्पज ये है इस डेटा का कि गैप बहुत हाई है, तो हम डोमिनेंटली नेगेटिवली प्रोग्राम हो जाते हैं। Therefore, the moment anything we look for negative, anything happen negative, morning till night, whether TV or society or newspaper or discussion, it goes on only negative. Positive in hardly 16 seconds in 24 hours. One research says 16 seconds positive in 24 hours. If you start increasing, you imagine what is the scope available. Anger, I will not discuss more, but yeah, it keep on increasing. I don't have time, otherwise I would have shown you all this proof. Fear of failure and success both are there. Success also gives a lot of fear and declining love. Because of all this negativity, anger, love is declining among the people. Blaming others. Our right from the childhood, if child falls down, mother will tell you, it is not your mistake. Whose mistake? It is earth mistake, ground mistake, and hit it. Now we start developing that there is no mistake in me, mistakes in outside. And therefore keep on blaming. Learned helplessness. We are not born helpless. We are dependent but not helpless. Whereas we grown and start learning helplessness. It is like elephant tied with the rope. Elephant can give a little shake of leg, rope and nail will come out. But no, it doesn't move because he accepted I am helpless. Remaining in comfort zone. We always feel wherever we are, it is comfort zone. And that is what not allowing you to accept the change and go for change. So everybody has to come out from the comfort zone. And that's called courage zone. Experience it and learn it. Speaking acceptable truth, this is very important. I have given the lie a positive word, acceptable truth. Lie is negative, so positive is acceptable truth. We speak most of the time acceptable truth than the truth. Please watch. Student syndrome leading to last button syndrome. What is student syndrome? All have been student. And what is the dominant student syndrome? It is studying before examination. And whole life it takes on. We do the work last day, before due date. Whole life continues. Therefore, if you right now start reducing, whole life is better. Few of them I have given, not all. And it leads to the reverse glass syndrome, energy drain, unsuccessful habits, and therefore heightened phobia. Phobia will be much more because of this. So we have to work on this. Spending 10 seconds a day in thinking positive, imagine, versus 16 hours dwelling on negative. About 16 hours waking life, 8 hours we have given for sleep. So 16 hours, we only give 10 seconds for positive. So think of where are we and where we should go. Avoid punishment than attractive reward. This is the last point I wanted to show you, because we are programmed to avoid only punishment, and therefore everything is negative. Every rule is made to see that, avoid it, and therefore you follow it. Otherwise, laws are not required. Law and rule, there are two different things. Rule says what to do, and law says what not to do. And therefore, laws are there. The moment you do, you will be punished. Again, not. Everything is negative aspect. Elements of well-rounded personalities. These given 5 elements are there: intelligent quotient, emotional quotient, physical quotient, spiritual quotient, and adversity quotient. This adversity quotient is supporting resilient. If you are having better quotient, you are a better resilient person. Lack of well-rounded development will increase the chances of having less resilient or more less adversity quotient, another quotient, and then we will be having difficulties. Now change is also difficult. I always say you put this both the hand and remove and reverse if which thumb is up, and then you will find the difficulty. You will find uncomfort, because a small change will make it uncomfortable. You can imagine. Can you see me?
Ji, sir.
So if you do like this, keeping whatever thumb comes up, left or right, then reverse it. So you can put like this, and the moment you put like this, experience the change. You yourself will experience the difficulty. Such a small, minute change is that from the shift from which thumb was up, changing it, you will feeling it. So you can imagine such a great change COVID has given. Definitely we have to be in very, very bad situation. Inability to manage change due to difficulty. That is what the comfort circle I said, comfort zone. Inability to manage change due to learned helplessness. Elephant is tied with the rope, and if you watch the elephant, elephant will move all the three legs, but fourth one which is tied never shake. If you shake, it will come out, but it is accepted. So you don't become this elephant. You see, another situation, learned helplessness. Exam fever. Now we'll shift to the exam fever and we'll devote some time. Here, some slide I will go faster. I will expect that it will be shared with you and you read it, because there's no much to explain, only points are given. Overcome exam fever. How to overcome exam fever? You see that what happened? Worry, anxiety, headache, stress, pressure, fear, tension, all these heads, and this is the pose you will make. और क्या सोचते हैं? मैंने कहा था ना, what are you thinking? Write down. Same में thinking is what? काश एग्जाम भी मोबाइल पर होने लगे, होगा. Now you are getting it. क्योंकि राइटिंग से ज्यादा हमारी टाइपिंग स्पीड है. So you will utilize it because of the skill you have developed in future. You see how to deal with exam fever. Same. These many books are there, what to do, all those things. Parents' pressure is much more high. Study, 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 study. Of course, I conduct the program for parents also. Reprogramming parents' mind to empower teens. This is the title, JUHIE. So, I conduct this program for 2 days and the results are phenomenal. The student is scoring 60s, jump to 80s and 90s in 1 year, one program. So imagine the kind of parents are creating the difficulties for children. Intention is not there. Process is wrong. Intention is good, but the process is wrong. And when wrong process is there, wrong outcome will be there. So process has to change. Intention alone doesn't work. Examination, one of the most dreadful word for every student, barring few exceptions. Few of you may not have that much, but most of you have. And the moment you have in during exam studentship, whole life is studentship, and whole life you will be facing it. Strenuous stages of student life pressurize everyone. No matter whether you are appearing for your board or any entrance or anything, stress level will be high. And therefore, examinations are important, but they are not, my dear, understand. ये होते क्यों हैं? इसका आंसर है, they are important as they decide your next step. If there is no exam, how you will go, what level you achieve, and where next you should go, you will not be able to understand. And therefore, every exam decides what next to be done. Whole professional career and capability in the field of particular level. Examophobia is like this. Right? Testophobia also it is called. Very common, extremely disastrous effect psychologically, socially, emotionally, and behaviorally, cognitively. Albert Einstein even suffered. It doesn't mean that you are suffering, so you are exceptional. No, every one of us, with the degree varies. Somebody less, somebody more, but everybody. Exam stress is caused by the fear of failing in examination, and it can also be caused by low motivation, lack of preparation planning, high expectation from the parents and teacher and all, competition from the peers. All these factors contribute. So here, if you are aware, you increase your motivation, you have a better preparation, and face the competition. Now, exercise you have already done. I have already given this exercise. Write down your phobia. Here it has come, but that time I thought, let me put it. So this ghost of the examination, if you have 2 or more these symptoms, following what are the symptoms? Tiredness, difficulty in sleeping, लॉस ऑफ एपिटाइट, भूख कम हो गई है, कभी कभी सर दर्द हो रहा सीवियर, और ऑल दिस एफर्ट यू कांट रिमेंबर anything, uncontrolled and anxiety and irritability is there, then this required to be overcome. These are the symptoms. Now, what is fear? I've given some of the acronym of fear. False emotion appear real. Actually, emotions होना चाहिए, plural. False emotions appear real. They are false. Most of the time it is false. But we are, like for example, as I said, in the dark, if you see the rope, what you see? Most of you will see snake. Most of the time we'll see snake, will not see rope because of the fear behind that. We'll never see snake as a rope. We see otherwise only. Rope as a snake. And this is learned behavior. Nobody is born with the fear. They are very less, some violence, but it keep on increasing whole life. Therefore, fear is cultivated, fear is learned, fear is not. Let me give you one simple example. My elder son, he was just around 2 years young. 2 साल की उम्र में हम लोग घर गए थे छुट्टी में, दिसंबर में, छत पर बिठा के वो कैरेट खा रहा था, गाजर. मैं नीचे था, सडनली आवाज आई, मैं ऊपर जस्ट 10 स्टेप्स. तो जैसे ही मैं ऊपर गया, देखा एक मंकी उसकी गाजर को खींच रहा है. तो दोनों में टग ऑफ वार चल रहा है. वो मंकी अपनी तरफ खींच रहा है और मेरा बेटा अपनी तरफ खींच रहा है. ही वॉज नॉट अफ्रेड ऑफ मंकी, क्योंकि मंकी देखा ही नहीं था उसने पहले कभी भी. दोनों में टग ऑफ, जैसे मैं गया ऊपर, मंकी छोड़ के भाग गया. नाउ कंसर्न क्या था उसका? कंसर्न था मैं गाजर दूंगा नहीं, बस. He was not afraid of monkey. He doesn't want to part of the carrot. So he was not afraid of false. But as we grow, we start increasing. It looks real. False evidence appear real. Whatever evidence we see, evidence means item of something like rope. When we see the rope, we are seeing a snake. It's evident that a snake is there, but no, it is a rope. Face everything and run. This is the better one. To come out from these two false evidence appear real and all. Face everything and run. Run doesn't mean run away. Run towards. As I said, fear will be fearing you as long as you are fearing the fear. The moment you fear the fear, fear will run away. The same thing is run towards fear, not away from the fear. बिल्ली की तरह मत भागो, लगे कि कुत्ता डरा रहा है. बिल्ली इनवाइट कर रही है, कुत्ता डरा नहीं रहा है. Whereas अपोजिट अगर भागोगे तो अपने आप भाग जाएगा. Finding excuses and reasons, whether you remain negative side or face everything and run. Fear express allow relief. This is another one. If you express your fear, you will get relief. So that's what I said. Awareness and expression. You write down on a paper and share with Madam Dr. JUHIE, then your fear will reduce automatically. First thing is that once you share, you will reduce the fear. अगर आप किसी से शेयर नहीं करेंगे तो वो अंदर ही अंदर और स्पाइरल बनता रहता है बड़ा, और आपको डराता रहेगा. Frantic effort to appear real. This is another one, that though it is not real, but efforts are there, we also accept it and make it. So instead of remaining first, second, fourth, fifth, fourth and sixth, you follow these two, third and fifth. One is sharing, get relief, another face everything and run towards. Tools to overcome fear. This is very comprehensive, and we will devote 1 or 2 minutes, 1 minute here. You see that during COVID, what happened? If you see the red, smallest, what we call it, eclipse, oval shape. I want to be during COVID. What you want to be? Second, you come fear zone. What is fear zone? I get mad. I grab food, toilet paper, whatever medication I need. I don't need even. I spread the emotion related to fear. You see that time WhatsApp messages, everyone is going to pass the message, whatever they get, because of fear, and they keep on passing. I complain, complaints are more. I forward all messages I received, I given you. Now here my commitment is very low in comparative to required. So I've already mentioned somewhere, commitment has to be high to overcome. Now this is a fear zone. Now where we are, we have come to learning zone. I start give up what I can't control. People have earlier, there were lockdown, and then we opened lockdown and we started facing, we have reduced our fear. Corona is still there. Corona has not gone, but what has gone? The fear of it. And therefore, you see the people started moving because, and they are even affected more but less than the earlier. I stop compulsive consuming what hurts me, from food to news. Now if message comes, we don't accept, or will not pass also sometime. Normally earlier every message we accept and pass it. So this is a learning zone. This is a managing change. I identify my emotions. I become aware of situation. I evaluate before spreading. These are the stage we are now, and slowly we have to move on. Growth zone, where I think of others and help. I make my talent available to needy. I said it's not only money and material. You have much more talent which is should be available to others. I live in present and focus. I call it my now word is not coming. We must do something with full concentration. We don't get diversification or divergent views or suddenly disturb. So we remain in the current. I keep happy emotional state and spread the hope. I look, adopt new changes. All those things we need to move. I practice quietude, शांति, और हमें अपना पेशेंस रखना है, बड़बड़ाना नहीं है, शांतिपूर्वक सोचना है, रिलेशनशिप बिल्ड करना है, क्रिएटिविटी, नए मेथड लाने. Then we become ready to face it. So this is very comprehensive framework to move and understand where are we. So from disaster zone left hand side to readiness zone, we'll move to right side. What is resilience? A good half of the art of living is resilience. It means the impact of resilience is more than 50% in life. Imagine half of the life. Resilient people immediately look at problem and say, what is the solution to that? They don't hang on the problem and pain of it. They look for what is the, how to go ahead, alternative. What is this trying to teach me? This particular is going to teach us that we shift from problem-based approach to solution-based approach. Okay, all right, problem is there. What is the solution? Let's work on. That's how they approach. So what is resilience? Is the process of adapting well in face of adversity, trauma, tragedy, threats, significant sources of stress. All these things when comes, हम लोग उसको फेस करते हैं, चैलेंज को अडॉप्ट करते हैं उसको, और then we move ahead. It means bouncing back from difficulty experiences. This time I don't know how many of you are watching in TV कौन बनेगा करोड़पति, and this time theme is there, come back after setback. That is the resilience. And I think so many participants have been brought to show that they have come back after the setback in life. So understand that life is not to stop, life is to move on, move ahead, and therefore resilience is to be. Now, volatile, uncertain explained here, you read it, volatile in terms of speed and rate of change, and likewise. So I'm not going to discuss resilient people immunity. This again I've shown here for that purpose. Now, what are the elements of resilience? Social support, coping mechanism, physical well-being, meaning in the life, and positive emotions. These three. If you don't have the purpose of life and meaning in the life, if you do not physically well-being, keeping your not coping mechanism and positive emotions, social support is required. Resilience will not come back. So these 5 are required. And look for what is missing if you are still feeling examophobia for exam. And then you can find out any other factor from this, you will be able to overcome. This is nutshell is going to give you the approach. Now we'll discuss something more which you have to read alone after some time, maybe 5 minutes more I will discuss, and then give you 10 minutes for purpose of question answer. Now resilience attitude, if you want to build that approach, build that attitude, you have to have a purpose. You have to gain the confidence. You have to adopt, adaptability should be high. And you have to build up the support from the people or resources. And I have the meaning and energy required for that. So in this, resilience attitude building the process is this. Practice. What is doing? Doing is shown above the down circle, and practice is being is shown top. Put together doing and being, face reality, find meaning, assume positive intent, and embrace the failure. I'm not what happened to me, I'm what I choose to become, is the Carlson. One of the great psychologists of starting days of developing psychology, Carlson and Freud. These two were the beginning people, scientists. Now, what are the skill area to build? Same, it is repeated in another format. Resilient individual will have meaning, will have self-awareness and care, and attention and focus. And now, opportunity for correctness. Somebody says what is wrong and what is right. That's what you all, teachers are there, parents are there, and other people are there. Opportunity for self-reflection. You must keep on understanding about yourself. So you must look at mirror and make yourself the best appearance. Same way, you look at the people mind as a mirror and understand what best you can do and you should do. Opportunity for self-efficacy and mastery. This self-efficacy word is very powerful. It contains 3 things. One is you have ability, capability. Another thing, you know that you have a capability. Many times we all are like Hanuman. Hanuman has a capability, but he used to forget. So we also have capabilities, but we forget. So we must remember that. So we are having capability, we are aware of capability, and we are willing to use capability. These 3 factors all together make self-efficacy high. So high capability, high awareness, and high willingness. These 3 factors are required. And of course, waiting for the service opportunity to engage in social engagement. And I must mention and appreciate Dr. JUHIE was telling, so many opportunities your institution is providing for you for looking for social engagement, improving others' life, developing cares for others, and giving for others. And that is what we are talking, will automatically pull you out from the fear and other things. And these things I will not explain much. You read it: self-management, self-awareness, responsible decision-making, relationship skills, and social awareness. So this learning is required, and you cannot learn by sitting at home. You can learn only in the laboratory of school, means school premise, and then going to the society and contributing. And that is what opportunities are provided. This also, mindfulness I was missing that time, living in present. So you have to mindfulness and reflect and play. Play is not only games, but play with the social interactions with the people, life, and help them. Benefit of social emotional learning, these are given. I'm not going to discuss much more on this. And they will enhance resilience by improving these 14 factors: goal setting and meeting, feelings of community, positive attitude, motivation, all these factors. I will not discuss, time is not there. When next time any opportunity, I can discuss each of them with example. And reduce behavioral problem and emotional distress. So once you reduce right side, it will start enhancing left side and then work for left side factors you'll be able to. Step to reduce anxiety and stress. Here again, given some tips. Talk over your anxiety to your parents, friends, etc. Gain confidence in the subject you know best, and then learn other which is not best. Fix the time and place. Whatever preparation of study is there, you cannot study everywhere and every time and every place. You have to be at one place. One of you are walking and showing me in something, I don't know why. Why do you want to switch on your camera to distract? Then steps are these here. Continue, just relax, need not worry. Worry is only the cause of anxiety. Cut it off. Relax and then think what to do. Same way it is coming. Follow, don't get anxious. It will never help. Think all examination you have faced so far and how you have overcome. When you are in undergraduate or graduate, postgraduate classes, you have already gone through these many years, so many examinations. So you go and think, how did I face that? I was able to do wonderful. I come out successfully. Then what is there to feel? Again, same. Exercise and recreation very important. Physical exercise reduce the stress. It is very important. Sitting all over the time or reading alone will not help. You have to take the break. You have to do the physical exercises and some mock test. You do some mock test means practice test. So conduct the test and feel confident about the subject. Rest, eat good and freshen up is required. Step before examination is very important. Don't underestimate your power and capability. I said infinite capability you all have. You are born with. Only point, you are not able to utilize or you are not willing to utilize or you are not aware. Your self-efficacy is not at that high. You have, but you are not aware and not willing to use it. So improve that. Set the target. Action will speak, not your anxiety. Anxiety stress are not going to do something. And when you do, it will overcome. Make a timetable. For study purpose, timetable very important because everything you cannot study all the time and all the thing cannot be studied in one time. And therefore, you give a timetable. Today I will study 1 hour this, 1 hour that, 1 hour likewise. 15 minutes with nature. Walk with outside home with the greenery is very important, which will boost your trust and cool your breeze will help your mind. Sleep. This is one of the most important factor. Nowadays, all of you, I'm excluding myself because I sleep 6 hours minimum or 7 hours because I have enough time. I may be a little late to sleep, but I sleep nicely. Whereas most of you don't have time. What you do? I've seen the messages are coming up to 2 o'clock. And early morning, again 4 o'clock he start. I don't know when do they sleep. I'm really surprised. So what happened? Body is able to accept slowly for some time and then start resisting in terms of diseases and mental, physical. So sleep is very important. And especially before examination, you need to have 8 hours sleep. Otherwise, you will not be having the balance and examophobia will be highest. Eat well. Never skip your breakfast. You will get up late, run to the school, and in the process, you will not eat breakfast. This is the most. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah. Pardon? हाँ ठीक है कर रहे हैं. So, as you know, the time is little short. I'm sure these are well explained. You read it and you'll be able to understand there's nothing to. On the day of examination, so all these are tips, ready tips are there. If you follow, you will be able to overcome quickly, easily. After the examination, normally people start struggling. Oh, shit, I have not done that. I have not done this. Oh, I would have done that. I have done wrong. Don't do. This is killing your confidence. Please don't do whatever you have done. You can't do anything. Forget about. Go for next. So ultimately, the same. I brought back this slide. You improve left side and reduce right side. This story, you read it, it is very good. And finally, any clarification, I'm ready. I'm switching off. I will do that. Stop share and be in front of you to listen. Yes. Somebody was raising hand in between, even now they can ask. Unmute, help them to unmute, I think, and then they can talk.
बच्चों आप अपना माइक अनम्यूट कर सकते हो अपने आप, जिसको क्वेश्चन पूछना है वो पूछ सकते हैं.
Juhi ji, I am not in hurry. I am sitting in my home. All are sitting in home. Even if they want to cross 1 hour, 1 o'clock limit, I don't feel that any restriction should be there. If somebody asks the question, I am happy to answer.
Okay, sir.
So don't worry about the 1 o'clock limit. You can ask your question if anything.
Okay, sir. बच्चों, आप में से किसी को भी अगर कोई भी क्वेश्चन पूछना है एग्जाम को लेकर, तो अपना हैंड रेज कर सकते हैं. आप ही के नेम के आगे मोर में जाकर ऑप्शन आ रहा होगा रेज हैंड का, तो आप वहां हैंड रेज कर सकते हैं और आप अपने आप को अपना आप ही अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं. हमने कंट्रोल दे दिया है आपको.
चलिए पूछिए, ये अपॉर्चुनिटी है आपके लिए क्लियर करने के लिए. यू विल नॉट गेट अनदर अपॉर्चुनिटी सो इजीली. हर एक को एक एक क्वेश्चन तो पूछना ही चाहिए. लेट अस सी. ऐसे बोल दो ना कि
सुमैया फातिमा.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, beta. Ask the question.
Sir, I want to ask, although you have told it very clearly, but sir, how much we plan, how much we set up our timetable, whenever we sit to study, we somehow or the other get disturbed, or we are not able to concentrate or focus in a very attentive way. So
yeah,
how
perfect. Everyone facing this kind of situation. Thank you, Soumya, for asking, Sumaya, for asking the question, because everybody has the same question. Only thing they may not come out. Now, here require little more self-discipline. There are 3 pillars of life. I call them self-discipline, that is discipline, commitment, and punctuality. Now, if these 3 factors you build, self-discipline and punctuality, if you bring it, commitment will become increasing and you will be able to do that. Now, make one timetable, one day. Today, I have 4 hours time. I will study this 4 subject or 4 topic, 1 hour each. Never study more than 1 hour, one subject, unless there is some compulsion, examination, before examination. Otherwise, every day, you must change the subject within 1 hour. And one day you commit, work, do the practice. Because unless you yourself commit and do it, nobody can do it. I can only tell. This is like swimming. You cannot learn in air, jump into water. So same way, plan on the paper, in front of you, keep it, and sit 1 hour and note down, this time to this time I have studied this subject, this time I studied this subject. And by chance, if you are not able to do 4th subject today, tomorrow make sure you can do it. So this is the only way. There is no shortcut. There is no magic. It's only practice and action. You have to do it. And planning, every day you must do it. The way you do the planning for everything else, why not for study? So every day you must plan it. Every day you must note down and write in diary how much. Don't remain in fancy or false approach that, oh, I have studied so much. This so much is not to be helpful. You studied, say I studied 4 hours, I studied 2 hours. Please make sure I have studied so long. None of you are studying even half an hour average per day. Please note such a pathetic situation. Half an hour per day you are not studying. Take a challenge and prove me wrong. आप ये चैलेंज लो और हमको गलत साबित करो कि मैंने कहा था हाफ एन आवर नहीं पढ़ते हो. तो लिख करके डायरी बना करके आप डेली बनाइए और नोट कीजिए, फिर उसके बाद देखिए क्या करते हैं, तब आपको पता चल। नहीं तो हम लोग हमेशा अरे बहुत पढ़ते हैं, हमने तो एक दिन जो 2 बजे तक पढ़ा, 2 बजे तक एक दिन पढ़ के काम नहीं चलेगा। एवरी डे। Let me tell you very simple, my own example. During MTech, I used to go for classes in the evening, and there used to be 3 days classes. Other 4 days I used to study after coming back home and be prepared, because test used to be surprise test there. No, none of the tests were planned test, all surprise. And I was first class, first in my batch, because of this simple practice. The same week, every day I cannot. I used to reach back about 10:30 night. So every day I cannot. I was working also. So I used to do other 4 days. And if test is on Monday, I can face it. Same way you can do it. Everyone can do it. These are not very big things. These are not very hi-fi sciences and technology. These are only small actions of your own commitment. Now in between, let us say somebody, by habit, your father may call, you come here, Sumaya, this thing to be done. You tell them in advance and stick to it. I'm not going to open my door. I have to strictly study 1 hour, then I will take break of 10 minutes or 5 minutes and come out and do it. Please do 1 day, second day you'll do it. 7 days if you do it, you will be able to do whole life. 7 days, that is the landmark to achieve. It becomes a part of your habit. Thank you. Wonderful question, useful for everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Are you happy, satisfied, or any still doubt?
Yes, sir, totally satisfied. Thank you so much.
I'm hopeful and confident. Not only hopeful, confident you will be able to do better.
Yes,
All the best, Soumya.
Thank you.
Sorry, Soumya only say. Next, please come out. Your question will be useful for others also, not only for yourself. Utilize opportunity. Whenever you get opportunity, grab it. Let me tell you one simple example again. I'm exceeding my limit. During my 12th standard, one of my old teacher, who have been taught by my father, he gave me, said there are holidays, 6 days holidays are there during the Sera. I'll give you 1 hour per day, and it was 1.5 kilometers from my house. Unfortunately, that year, all the days it was heavily raining. I used to put my paper in the polythene bag and go there and attend it by drenching. But I have not left to that 1 hour. That 1 hour made me today where I am. Commitment is required much more. Thank you.
Yes,
Please go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Who is speaking?
Sir, it's me, Shruti Mehra.
Okay.
Sir, I want to ask, हम कुछ टाइम तक तो मोटिवेटेड रहते हैं,
Yes.
बट कुछ टाइम बाद हमारी मोटिवेशन चली जाती है। हम सारा प्लान बनाते हैं, बिल्कुल अकॉर्डिंग चलते हैं उस प्लान के, बट कुछ टाइम बाद हम एकदम लो फील करने लगते हैं, ऐसा लगता है हमारे लिए वो जरूरी नहीं है।
तो ये बताएं, वो इसको हम बोलते हैं डार्क स्टेल फिनोमेना, कुत्ते की दुम, है ना? उसको कितनी भी सीधी करो वापस पहुंच जाती है फट से। तो आपको उस सिंड्रोम से, उस फिनोमेना से बाहर आना है। और हमने क्या कहा अभी कमिटमेंट, डिसिप्लिन, पंक्चुअलिटी मेंटेन फॉर 7 days, then you will be overcoming this phenomena automatically. This motivation will not be for 7 days, it will be for whole life.
Yes, Asha, आप बेटा पूछ सकते हैं क्वेश्चन? Aisha?
Yes, ma'am.
Ask the question. You have raised your hand.
Don't पूछ लेना, कुछ भी पूछ लो.
Yes, अगर नहीं पूछना चाहते कोई मैटर नहीं. Gracie Rana, because
Yes,
you all
ma'am.
have unmuted your mic, that's why I'm asking. Gracie Rana, do you want
Yes,
to ask?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I have a question.
Yes, ask.
चलिए आप क्वेश्चन बोला करो सीधे. हाँ.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So my question is, how to write a good answer?
No, सुनाई नहीं दे रहा, फिर से बोलिए.
So my question is, how to write a good answer?
How to write?
A good answer.
Oh, practice. See, good answer is coming from the mind where you are clear in thinking. If you have a well prepared, then thinking is clear, you'll be able to. And one more practice action is there. While preparing, you write down. Don't read. Reading, you will be thinking, wow, I know this, I know this. You will be very happy. And the moment you leave it, you will forget it. Reading will not allow you to remember for more than 10%. Whereas if you start writing, once writing will give you 25% to 30% memory, remembrance. And if you write 3 times, you can remember 90%. And I think that's great.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So write down and you will be able to. Yes, good. Any other question?
Yes. Beta, कोई और question? Anyone who has?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
मैंने आपको बोला है कि आप जल्दी मत रहिए. मैं जल्दी में नहीं हूँ. आराम से क्वेश्चन पूछिए, क्लैरिफाई कीजिए. आज की क्लैरिटी whole life is going to be useful. Mind it.
Sir, sorry to disturb you. Actually, हमारा जो meeting time जो we have set on a Zoom
अच्छा,
app.
okay, fine. Thank you.
Actually, after 5 minutes.
Okay, so I'm really thankful. I'm grateful to Dr. Juhi, principal and management, and all other support, and nevertheless, you all who have given time to listen. It is my achievement if you are able to take some point and make your life better. God bless you. All the best from my side. And this is not the last time. I'm available. Even my email, you can take and write the email. I will get you the reply by introducing yourself. You are from the Vardhaman College, and this is my issue. I will reply. So all the best with that.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So should I sign up, Juhi ji?
Sign up कर दो बस.
सर वेट करिए एक मिनट.
Okay, मुझे कोई जल्दी नहीं है.
अभी है सर 10 मिनट हमारे 5-7 मिनट हैं अभी.
Oh, great, no issue.
अच्छा 1 मिनट पर खत्म हो गई. कुछ नहीं. तो फिर चुप ही रह जाता है. हम देख नहीं रहे हैं.
Thank you so much, sir. Firstly, I like to thanks to our management committee of the college, principal sir, for giving me this opportunity to deliver a vote of thanks on the occasion of the first lecture of the online lecture series under DBT Star College scheme. On the behalf of Vardhaman College, on the behalf of organizing team of this event. Earlier, sir, on the occasion of international conference, it couldn't be possible efficiently because of shortage of time. But we have got this opportunity and we have really enjoyed it. Lecture was nicely planned and the way you delivered the lecture was really appreciable. Sir, जैसे कि आपने बताया कि स्टूडेंट का होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट कैसे हो सकता है, आपने बताया कि गिरकर उठना, उठकर फिर चलना ही हमारा लक्ष्य होना चाहिए. हमें कभी भी समस्याओं के सामने अपने आप को नहीं झुकने देना चाहिए, समस्याओं से लड़ना सीखना चाहिए. सर ने हमें एग्जामोफोबिया के बारे में बताया कि कैसे आप लोग अपने अंदर के डर को खत्म कर सकते हैं और कैसे एक वेल राउंडेड पर्सनालिटी डेवलप हो सकती है. एक वेल राउंडेड पर्सनालिटी के अंदर इंटेलिजेंस, क्वेश्चन, इमोशनल, फिजिकल, स्पिरिचुअलिटी और एडवर्सिटी ये सब होना चाहिए. सो आपने सर बहुत परफेक्टली बच्चों को बहुत सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बहुत अच्छे पॉइंट्स बताए जो बच्चे अपने एग्जाम में यूज कर पाएंगे और अपनी परीक्षा को और अच्छे से दे पाएंगे. So I must extend my sincere thanks on the behalf of the college management, principal sir, organizing team, and my dear students to Dr. K.S. Gupta for sparing the time in spite of his busy schedule for this fruitful and impressive lecture on a very short notice. This was not the single-handed program. Actually, it was a teamwork, and I'm feeling in my duty if I'm not expressing my sincere thanks to my organizing team of this event. For this organizing committee, I was like a coordinator. myself, and there are some 4 members. Dr. Manish Kumar Gupta. Dr. Manish Kumar Gupta is from Botany Department. Dr. Surbi Singhal, she is from Department of Statistics. Dr. Lalit Chauhan, he is from Department of Physics. Dr. Avnish Kumar Arora, he is from Department of Chemistry. I must extend my sincere thanks to my organizing committee members for their continuous efforts for making this program successful. And at last, my heartily thanks and love to my dear student who expressed their sincerity, discipline during the program. You all make the program successful. So first credit goes to you, my dear student. Thanks to all.
Welcome, ma'am, and look forward once again for the opportunity to share my learning and understanding about the life with all. Thank you.
We would like to listen you again.
Thank you. All the best from my side.
Thank you so much, sir.
Class will be ended.